Olá, seja muito bem-vindo e bem-vinda ao Mentalidades Visionárias, um programa especial da Nortus que busca ampliar a nossa visão e a nossa perspectiva sobre o que está acontecendo no contexto contemporâneo de ponta em termos de liderança e gestão. Hoje nós vamos abordar a trilha Líderes que Inspiram e eu tenho o prazer e o privilégio de entrevistar o Dr. Darrell Gooden. Nós vamos bater um papo aqui bastante rico. Ele tem mais de 20 anos de experiência como consultor, atuando em todo o mundo, trabalhou em vários projetos e vai compartilhar conosco a sua vasta experiência. O Dr. Golden é também hoje o responsável por liderar o movimento do Centro de Humanidade Emergente nos 5 continentes, acompanhando o desenvolvimento dos níveis de consciência da humanidade. Vamos conversar com ele e aprofundar o tema Líderes que Inspiram. É um prazer imenso recebê-lo aqui. Muito obrigado por estar conosco. E eu gostaria de começar com uma pergunta sobre, para o senhor, o que é liderança?
Gilberto, obrigado. It's a pleasure being here. And, you think about the term leadership. A lot of people confuse leadership with management. They both mean something in terms of helping others, so to speak. But leadership is distinct from management. You can manage processes, you can manage things, but you lead people. And the way I believe leadership emerges is from the point of view of those who elect to follow you of their own volition. Leaders inspire others. And I think the whole idea of having an inspiration and having someone aspire to something is a function of leadership, such that if I choose to follow you, it's in my heart. It's for my rational reasons that I'm choosing to follow you. So leadership is a lot about fellowship too, in my way of thinking of it. So important for all endeavors, not just managing companies or leading societies as a president or prime minister would do, but even in leading your family. So leadership comes in many forms, but it's really about resonating and making sense of what others do to respond to who you are as a leader.
Na sua avaliação, quais são hoje os principais dilemas e desafios que os líderes estão vivendo em um âmbito global?
Well, Roberto, I would say to that very critical inquiry, that very critical question, when you think of leadership on a global scale, leadership in any context, pick a region, pick a country, pick a company, society, it really is about endeavoring to endure because of how much complexity is showing up in the place, in workplaces and just life in general, with all the fragmentation, if you will. I contend leadership is a whole lot about endeavoring to endure, and despite what you see, despite how much lack there is, how little information you might have to really make a decision, because leadership and decision making are tied together, right? But oftentimes leaders have to just lead with minimal amount of information. And on that basis, the words I use, I found it somewhere, I can't recall, but I remember it stuck out in my mind. And it's endeavoring to endure despite what you see in front of you, because leaders have to do that to go forward and bring everyone else along with them.
E nesse contexto de complexidade e com baixa informação às vezes, ou com excesso de informações, o que um líder tem que manter em sua mente? Qual é a sua pergunta central que precisa guiar a sua forma de pensar para lidar com o contexto que estamos vivendo?
Now, that is a very, very important question. And I would offer one has to focus on the scarce resource of attention. Given the disinformation, misinformation, and outright wrong information, what one focuses their attention on and how, whether you be a leader, a follower, a player, or just anyone, the scarce resource today is attention. How do you pay attention, and what should you pay attention to? This is the key to, I believe, that question. It's a very key question because you'll just drown in information and suffer for lack of knowledge, nevertheless. Attention. What you pay attention to is key.
Sim, uma das coisas mais importantes que temos trabalhado com os gestores aqui no Brasil é ter a noção do que realmente importa, aonde realmente podemos dar a maior contribuição, para que possamos utilizar a nossa atenção e o nosso tempo e os nossos recursos da forma mais relevante possível. Agora, como ajudar as pessoas a saberem o que é o mais importante?
So, helping people understand things they ought to spend their precious time doing and where they might put their focus and attention on has a whole lot to do with, one, them understanding themselves. If a person doesn't know who they are, what's important to them, they'll get confused, and they'll bring confusion to the context. So, one, a person needs to come to grips with who they are and what matters to them, and then see how that fits in with the environment they find themselves. And I think, additionally, reaching out to others and not being afraid to ask for help is very key. In today's world, it's difficult sometimes. People say, can you help me? I'm not sure what I should be doing here. And that's a really key thing. Know who you are, appreciate your environment, and ask for help. I mean, those are some ideas.
Dr. Darrell, existem alguns bons exemplos pelo mundo de pessoas que estão exercendo esse tipo de liderança e que possam nos inspirar aqui no Brasil?
So, as I sit here and think about it, I heard recently, I watch, in the United States, I watch a news program. And what it is, it's a news show that was established, I think it started in the United States when we had the crisis of the Watergate. It was called the McNair NewsHour. 45, 50 years later, this program is still going on. And as the founders of that passed away, they would do a special show. And down to a person, the people who went there, worked with them, all talked about how inspired they were by the two men who led this NewsHour. The PBS NewsHour is a staple of news that still does real journalism. But what was so fascinating about it was how each person talked about McNair and how both of them contributed so well and how they meshed together. And there was never tension. It was always positive, constructive goodness coming out of it. And everybody who worked there, producers, the people in front of the cameras, the people behind the cameras, all talked about the culture of that organization. I would count the Nordis in Brazil, your organization that you're affiliated with that, because having seen and worked with them over the last several years, I see an inspiration that's inside the organization that I would have to imagine that is also shared with the client base, right? And so it's very people-centric, but it's not so people-centric that it doesn't actually find concrete results, like in the PBS NewsHour. Concrete, hard-hitting journalism, concrete, hard-hitting business decisions with an appreciation for being affiliated with human beings, because we're human beings. We're not just machines. And that's, local one for Brazil, that's my knowledge of that. And in my own context, the U.S., I think the PBS NewsHour is another example of that.
Muito interessante. E eu queria saber também, com base nas informações que o senhor tem acesso com todos os pesquisadores em todos os continentes hoje, em que há o Centro de Humanidade Emergente, quais são os desafios que estão emergindo e que surgirão para os líderes dentro das organizações e talvez até mesmo os governamentais nas próximas 2 décadas?
Well, there's certainly no small questions that we've been talking about here, but this might be the biggest challenge when you think in terms of what is it that leaders have to come to grips with? What is it that societies, companies have to come to grips with? When you think about it, as we sit here now, Gilberto, we are in the middle of the 4th Industrial Revolution. However, we know full well that the 5th Industrial Revolution is happening. Now, the 4th Industrial Revolution is really about connecting the human system to those computer systems, those cybernetic systems. But the 5th Industrial Revolution, that's that's just about emerging now really is trying to figure out how to make it more personalized, how to make it more human. So we've mechanized, we've computerized, and we've now entered the age of artificial intelligence. You could say artificial intelligence was introduced in the fourth industrial revolution, which is we're sort of in the middle of, but we're also simultaneously emerging into the fifth industrial revolution. And so the challenge will be, you can anticipate by 2030, what jobs are going to go away? How will companies, how will societies deal with the reduction in the workforce, not just computerization, but automation, robotics, and all that's impacting everything. So we have to become more conscientious of the human in the dynamic. Mm-hmm. And those companies who are going to properly lead their organizations into the future will have a full foot in the machine age, so to speak, you know, the computerization, robotization of everything, whether it's artificial intelligence or virtual reality, all those things, 3D printing. And so a lot of opportunities, but for the companies that are not, if they don't have enough foresight, it'll be a challenge. The challenge is foresight and insight. That's where strategy comes into play. You have to have the foresight, but you have to also have the insight so that the strategy you're seeking makes sense for the age you're in. We're entering the fifth industrial revolution. So that's my hit on that.
Sim, eu percebo que há uma grande mudança acontecendo, não com todas as lideranças, mas vem ganhando cada vez mais força, não só o crescimento econômico das organizações e dos países, mas a nossa viabilidade como continuação da vida humana e de todas as outras formas de vida no planeta. O quanto disso está nas mesas, hoje sendo discutidos nas organizações em outros lugares do mundo que o senhor tem acompanhado?
Well, you know, as we talked earlier, Gilberto, the world is complexifying. And I mentioned the term fragmentation. Well, in some of the circles I move in, I'm listening, I'm sure like you are, is to what is emerging, not just for business or economics or anything like that, but what about the humanity? What about humanity? And how is humanity to deal with and process all of this as well? And who's facilitating those processes? There will be, I believe, roles and opportunities for people to sort of come in and play a role in helping humanity, sort of be caretakers as humanity also transform into whatever's next for us. You know, I mentioned the fifth industrial revolution. There's actually even a discussion about the sixth, if you could believe it. You know, the futurists are always leapfrogging themselves. But the usefulness thing, the thing that's useful about that thought is that after we technologically improve and make business and operations more efficient, more effective, that's great and wonderful. What about the people is what I think is the point of your key question here. And the people are important, but then behind the people, the planet, planet, purpose. It's not just profit, right? People, planet, purpose also matters. And there's a difference. You could address person as the individual, and you can address people. And the thought leaders like Laszlo, and I work with a group called Living Cities Earth. Their whole mission is to help people human well. And I thought that was an interesting comment. You know, they made it a verb, humaning well. You know, how do we human well? And that's a key inquiry to have. And I appreciate that. It's not a business. It's not even an organization. I consider it a movement where like-minded people come together and discuss very useful and meaningful things to address the people and the person in the equation of transformation. We can transform this, that, and the other thing, but how do we help one another collectively transform? So that is also on the minds of a lot of people. And I hear a theme. A theme is coming about. You watch the news, you hear all the problems, right? But if you listen and find those places where the conversation's happening, I sense, at least the circles I move in, some folks in Europe, some people in Africa, you guys as well as others here in Brazil and South America. People care. People care. People have resources, and people who care and have resources can make a difference. And so it's emerging, and like I said, they call it the sixth industrial revolution. It's all about human beings and the planet. It has not come up about yet, but there's a talk about it. I thought that was interesting.
Bom, é maravilhoso saber que já existem grupos assim, trabalhando em vários lugares do mundo. Eu fico curioso aqui, um pouco da sua experiência participando desses grupos e ouvindo-os, sobre qual seria o nosso papel aqui no Brasil, como é que nós poderíamos contribuir para iniciarmos e fortalecermos cada vez mais as pessoas que sentem esse chamado de conversar sobre esses temas. Quais são as melhores práticas que estão acontecendo nessa direção e que o senhor tem acompanhado?
The ESG movement that's going on, it's a big part of what Living Cities Earth is doing. And you're familiar with the Center for Human Emergence. You guys have an initiative that you're standing up and working with the Center for Human Emergence, which is right now almost on every continent, Brazil, the Canada, United States, Europe, Germany, a lot of different centers for human emergence. I would call it a loose federation, but they care. This is the group of caring people. And so all these groups are moving around. And the way I would respond to, well, how could they help and how could they benefit from interacting in Brazil? ESG is a big part of what those movements are. Sustainability, net zero. And as I understand it, Brazil has a very robust agricultural industry. And when you think about net zero and dealing with bio-waste, one of the emerging areas that you won't hear people talk about is what to do about bio-waste and all that. And Brazil's a leader in a lot of that, ethanol and all those things that everyone else talked about. Brazil has been doing for decades, as I understand it. And so I think, like I was in China as it emerged, doing some work with some folks there. I remember back in the early 80s, Korea, when it emerged. Honestly, I think, in all honesty, this is Brazil's time to emerge, even within the BRICS construct. Mm-hmm. Brazil is uniquely situated. Perhaps only China could be a little bit more robust, but they've had their day in the sun, mm-hmm. right? And I believe the emergence now is really in the Brazilian context for a lot of different reasons and patterns that I've observed over the last month that I've been traveling here. And so that ESG, net zero, all the energies around those kinds of technologies and interests, you guys are naturally already there. It's a natural fit for you. And it's an easy thing to connect you with those other networks. I mean, you're right there. It's kind of just cousins and family, like that.
Eu gostaria de fazer mais uma pergunta antes de irmos para o encerramento. E com base em tudo que conversamos aqui, qual seria o conjunto de valores que um líder deveria cultivar para lidar com esse novo momento que está emergindo na humanidade?
So, as you know, I'm a practitioner of Spiral Dynamics Integral. And Spiral Dynamics Integral is all about delving into understanding the nuance of values. We can define value as a company generating profits. We can define value as a society being happy. So there's many ways to appreciate the term value. It's important to stay open and to let people be who they are and to design natural habitats the best of your ability such that individuals, groups, companies, cities can emerge to what's next for them in a constructive and positive way. So to that question of what values should we put forward as leaders, what values should we embrace as this, that, or the other segment of society, I think the important response would be to appreciate people where they may be. If people live in a village, they don't have a lot of money, there's nothing saying that there is not joy and happiness in that. And everyone needs to appreciate that. Now, when it comes a time that they should do whatever's next for them, we're doing it right when we design habitats. So that just naturally occurs. And for the folks who are thinking about, well, how should I become the next person I want to be? My thought is be open, appreciate others where they are. Don't put upon anyone else something you think they should be. I think every person has a right to be who they are, and we all need to appreciate we're at different places, different levels, and we have different thought processes, different life experiences. And the more open people remain to that, I think lends itself to appreciating value in terms of how that group value themselves. I guess the takeaway is remain open, stay constructive, and be surprised by what happens.
Dr. Darryl, eu quero agradecê-lo pelo seu tempo aqui conosco. É sempre um privilégio, uma alegria poder aprender com o senhor. E também gostaria de agradecer a contribuição que o senhor vem dando para a humanidade, participando de tantos grupos, com pessoas de vários lugares do mundo, sempre buscando soluções que possam nos ajudar a dar o próximo passo e continuarmos nessa grande jornada que a vida vem se manifestando aqui no planeta. Então, mais uma vez, muito obrigado pela sua generosidade e gostaria, então, que o senhor deixasse a sua mensagem para os líderes brasileiros.
Well, Gilberto, it's been my pleasure, and I always appreciate being with you and being amongst the Nortusians. And Miriam, thank you so much, my friend, for having me. And I would say the only thing I would say, since you've given me that opening, is that I think the importance of working with organizations can't be overstated. And I know that's work that Nortus is engaged in. And I appreciate that because that's actually, I believe, why I was put on the planet. And I say that to say, I want to work with organizations because I think it's in organizations where you can touch the human, you can touch the society, you can touch the structures of everything in organizations. It's a wonderful place to work, and the rewards are always increasing for me. So I think for Brazil, as I said earlier, Brazil's time is now, right now, for that emergence. What people saw in China the last 20 years, I predict will be Brazil. I was there for Korea. I was there in the early days for China. I saw it happening. I see the same patterns here. So I would tell Brazilians, get ready and don't miss it because it's about to really happen. I've seen it before. I see the patterns, and I'm so happy to be affiliated with yourself and Nortus and some of the folks who I know get it. And so thank you for the opportunity.
E assim estamos finalizando o primeiro episódio da série Lideranças que Inspiram, que faz parte do programa Mentalidades Visionárias. Fiquem atentos aos próximos episódios. Um grande abraço e até lá. Tchau, tchau.
And remember, as you do this work, it's very serious work, but don't forget to always have fun. Ciao.